Je suis particulièrement enthousiaste d'introduire la prochaine intervenante parce que c'est quelqu'un que j'ai rencontré il y a 6 mois quand je suis allée aux États-Unis. Elle a fait le voyage spécialement à Paris, c'était 8000 km. Elle vient de Portland, Oregon, sur la côte ouest des États-Unis. Je ne sais pas si vous connaissez. C'est une ville que j'adore. C'est une entrepreneuse américaine absolument remarquable parce qu'elle a 2 caractéristiques. La première, c'est que son entreprise, qui s'appelle Ruby Receptionist, est classée, écoutez bien, depuis 6 années consécutives, entreprise de plus forte croissance aux États-Unis dans la catégorie PME. Et surtout, deuxième caractéristique, elle a été élue par Forbes, le magazine Forbes, Best Place to Work depuis 3 ans. Ça fait partie de ces endroits aux États-Unis. Nous, on connaît tous Zappos. Ben voilà, c'est un Zappos féminin à échelle humaine. Jill, it's really a honor to have you today with us. I really admire you, I have to tell it. And I love your management style, which is really inspiring. You're going to speak about happiness. Je vous demande de réserver un accueil à la française à Jill Nelson. À la française, à la française.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Katjan. It's just really a pleasure.
It's your first time in Paris.
My first time in Paris, and I have to say, it's just so fitting that I get to talk about happiness. I've never been to Paris, and this is my first time, and I've been nothing but happy since I got here. It's such a beautiful, beautiful city. It's captured my heart, so thank you to you. So hopefully I can return the favor and talk about happiness in the workplace today. As Katjan said, my name is Jill Nelson. My company is Ruby Receptionist. Today I have this thriving, happy company with over 150 professionals. We've won lots and lots of awards for being a great place to work, but also for our service and our fast growth. I have a beautiful office in downtown Portland, Oregon, and I even get to put my feet up every once in a while. But it's not really how things started out. As an entrepreneur, you figure things out as you go. And for the first 5 years, it was really just sort of a struggle to get our service out there and do what we can to meet our clients' needs. And it was ironically one of the worst times in our economic history that really was a turning point for Ruby and turned us into the company we are today. I'm sure you all remember it in the States. For us, it was the day I completely remember, September 29th, 2008. I remember it because it was my birthday, and it was the day the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped over 700 points. As you know, that entrepreneurial spirit that's always optimistic, that reckless optimism of mine sort of kicked in, and I didn't think too much about it. But over the next few months, there were more and more of those similar drops. And by early 2009, the Dow had lost over 65% of its value. And my customers are small businesses, and I actually didn't know the future of my company, what was going to happen. So it was during that time in January, I gathered my leadership team and was like, if we are going down swinging. We are going down doing what we love, but we have to be so important to our clients that they can't do without us. What is that thing that will make us indispensable during this hard time? Now, we're receptionists, so as you know, there are many ways to answer a phone. In fact, you don't even need to use a phone, but you can use voicemail, you can use one of those press 1 for sales, 2 for service, you can even answer your own phone. So to think that we were indispensable during this kind of crisis was not practical. But when we took a look at what we really were for our clients, what drove us, it was that we lived to make a difference in other people's day. We lived to make connections with others. And it was by focusing on what we really care about that we came up with our strategy to get us through that time, that we would be the rock for our clients while they were stressed out, while their employees were worried about losing their own jobs. We would be there to make them feel good, we would make their callers feel good, and they could have peace of mind and a little assurance. So that early 2009 was the first time we embarked what we now call a WOW campaign, where we make a concerted effort to really reach out and connect with our clients. And we embarked on a campaign to write note cards to our clients, to send small gifts when we heard of a celebration that was happening, perhaps a client's son's college graduation or a big case won. And that was our message to them, that we were about making connections. And I guess it was April of 2009, we knew we had it, and we knew we were something special, and that is when we got together again and crafted what is now our core values that drive us as a business today. And it's what makes us happy. They are: foster happiness, make others happy; practice wowism, which is surprising people, delighting them; create community. We are a team, and when we work together, it feels good; innovate; and grow. And since coming up with those values, we have cultivated a team that attracts the kind of people who just love coming to work for those same things, that it means something to them. Now, no longer people are coming to work to take 250 phone calls a day. They're coming to work for 250 opportunities to make a difference in people's day. And it's not just something that we do that is something that we do for us. It has helped our business thrive. Since the introduction of our values, which happened in 2009, our sales essentially have gone in that direction. And it was that year in our industry, it declined about 10 to 15%, and we grew our client base 30% that year. So my message is that if you figure out what it is you really care about and surround yourself with people who care about those same things, you create a driving force and your work becomes more meaningful. And in our case, making those connections, people strive for that. So things went along well, and the core values that we have developed our way of providing service. It's a pyramid that is similar to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't know if you got it, but you start at the bottom and you work your way up to the top. And that is how we provide service. And it was about in 2011, I think we were going along, and all of a sudden we had grown so fast that about 30% of our employees were in their first 90 days. They were brand new. And so they weren't part of this culture of having permission to go outside the norm and make a real connection. They were following instructions on how they had been trained. So it was then when we said, hey, we're losing that top of the pyramid. We're losing that making connections. So we asked our employees, what can we do so that even when someone's brand new, they're working to learn the basics, but they know they're empowered to work towards the top. And basically what they told us is that if we adopted a management style that is essentially three things: incent, inspire, and empower, we would get results. And that is now how we operate Ruby. So we incent. So incent, reward the behavior you're looking for. Now, we've always incented, but we used to incent on how many phone calls you took. Your raise at work was determined by how many phone calls you took. That was the most important thing. Today, it's actually how happy you make your coworkers and our clients. That is the number one determining factor in someone's raise, so we incent on that. We incent our employees to be happy themselves. So our happiness journal, seen here, is a campaign that, again, everything that we do at Ruby seems to be out of some big disaster. It always starts with a mistake or some impending doom. And in this case, we also had gotten ourselves into trouble with, we grew again, and we were understaffed. We hadn't hired enough people, and our accuracy went up. Went down. We started making more and more mistakes. How do we tackle this? Of course, we improved our staffing, but our social media person had just retweeted an article in Inc. magazine by Sean Acker, who wrote The Hapiness Advantage, and he posited that happy people were actually 39% better in sales, 36% more productive, and up to 19% more accurate. So we thought, well, hey, that's something right there. And also in this article, he posited that you could actually improve your own happiness if you performed a regular habit of journaling things that you are grateful for, the cool things that happen in your life, and perform outward acts of gratitude, outward act gifts and thank yous. So we started a happiness journal campaign. We told our employees, if you come to work, we will pay you to write in this campaign, and if you share it with us, you will be entered to win a trip to Hawaii. So of course that was a very popular program, and actually so many employees reported improved happiness. It's now a regular part of our workday. But it was during this time, now I won't credit all of the results to happiness. It might have had a little something with our improved staff, but this is how our mistakes, our reported complaints by our clients went down over the weeks that followed our happiness campaign. So we incent to make people happy, and then we also inspire. Now we talk about inspiring. How do we inspire? Well, one of the key ways at Ruby to inspire people to make others feel good is to make them feel good themselves. So we want them to feel the way that we want them to treat others. So on their first day of work, there will be a gift from their manager and a note card welcoming them, because we are a company of first impressions. We try to make a beautiful space for our staff. This is the lounge of our bathroom. I don't know, in Paris, maybe that's typical for you. It's not typical in Portland, but we know we love our bathrooms. So that was when we had our new space. We made some beautiful bathrooms. We have fitness classes at Ruby. We use our spaces, even our wall space, to send the positive message that we're looking for and share the things that we're doing on a daily basis. This is our training room, so while people are learning, they're seeing examples of how we love. We have a chalkboard wall in our break room, and this is something that's been really inspiring, where we come and share. The message changes every quarter, but this one is what makes us happy, and we can be inspired from each other. We have a community-based art project. This one is, we had all of our employees embark on painting hand-painted butterflies, and on the back, they wrote their favorite memories of their time at Ruby, and it created this stunning visual timeline of Ruby that it's an artistic representation of everything that happens at our office. We throw parties for your anniversary at work. We throw parties. We have brunches for our newest employees. The brunches serve two purposes. One is to make them feel welcome and make them feel special, but they also get to hear the story of Ruby straight from me, and they get to be inspired by the stories of things that have happened before them. So storytelling is the other big way that we inspire our team. This particular story is a story of wowism. A receptionist took a call for a client. She noticed on his website they listed Luke Skywalker as an employee. So she sent him a stormtrooper, which caused this interaction that has gone on for years between now a favorite client and Ruby. So we inspire through storytelling and through making people feel the way we want them to feel. And then lastly, empower. At Ruby, if it's a good idea, you can do it. You can make it happen. Everything cool at Ruby happened because somebody had an idea and they were willing to put it through. Our marketing, we had no fitness classes, and our marketing director came to Ruby and had such a powerful passion about fitness classes. He agreed to teach fitness classes, and now we even have our own logo for our classes. We have 5 a week. There's been 2 book clubs started, one regular book club, one a leadership book club that people meet on their own. Somebody started a zine. Most recently, somebody started a podcast. Somebody started a kickball team. And one of the crazy things that's happened when you don't say no is something that's become sort of an icon at Ruby, and people follow us on Facebook just to see what we do on Fridays, because now every Friday is a different theme. This was Twin Day, theme dress-up day. Don't know what that was, but every Friday, traipsing through our fancy office, you'll see people in costumes. But people are also inspired to change the way we work. This is an example. One receptionist noticed when we verify spelling, like, is that A as in Alpha, B as in Bravo, we were using the military verification, which is not Ruby at all. So she came up with the Ruby spelling verification that is now something that people hear consistently. And we inspire through allowing our employees to essentially gift to anyone they want. We have a prepaid Amazon account that they all have access to, that they can buy anything they want at any time for any client, no questions asked. We have a station for pre-packaged gifts, and they can wrap it and send it off all on their own. So I'll end with the story of Whitney, the receptionist, that sort of encapsulate all this. She was brand new at Ruby, and 1 week on the job, and she took a call for a client who had just been in a car accident. And it was his insurance company following up on the claim, and she sent the message along. A couple days later, this emergency roadside repair kit shows up at our client's office with a note from Whitney saying, I heard you were in a car accident. I certainly hope everyone's okay. I hope you never need this, but just in case, here's an emergency roadside repair kit. Our client was so bowled over that he posted on a listserv with over 3,000 other attorneys, and that turned into several blog posts just about this story alone. So that is, how did Whitney know that she could do this even in her first week of work? Well, she was incented. She had been given the criteria of how we grade performance. She had been inspired because she had seen the stories of other people in the break room and heard them in her training, and she had been empowered because she knew the WOW station was in the break room and she had that Amazon account. So that is how we get the management style that makes people feel like they're making a difference and doing something important, and that makes happiness for them. So that is what we do at Ruby, and that is how we share our happiness. So I ask for you to think, what is it that makes you feel special, that makes you want to go to work, and how you can make that happen in your own company. Thank you very much.